Hello there everybody and welcome to COEW Wrestling Bella Fortuna, our special show here tonight, and we are kicking off tonight with the return of the FU Briefcase. Now if you are not here in the past and do not know what the FU Briefcase is, the FU Briefcase is a briefcase that anybody who holds it can cash in on the World Champion in COEW Wrestling, the heavyweight champion currently being held by Jim. They can cash in at any point, at any time, and we are having returns to COEW Wrestling with the crowd on their feet for this Christmas special that is live here tonight in Italy. From Kyoto, Japan, from the announcer. I'll let him just say his name. Shinsuke Nakamura making his way down to the ring, a fan favorite in COEW Wrestling. If you have not seen his work, you are severely being disappointed. And Shinsuke marching his way down to the ring with the crowd behind him as we speak. The King of Strong Style has had mixed achievements in COEW Wrestling. I don't think he's always been close to winning the title but never actually succeeding. He's always a fan favorite. He always brings the strike game. He always takes people to their absolute limit, and he's here tonight in COEW Wrestling Bella Fortuna making his return, at least in this season, to hopefully get that briefcase, to hopefully capture it, to get a title shot at any stage, at any chance at any time. And some people announce in advance that they can cash in. Some people do not. They do not wait for an announcement and just cash in after a match when the champion's already weakened. And some people do it mid-match. They can be that impatient. And coming out here next is a former two-time world champion, a long-reigning COEW Wrestling Hardcore champion, and also has someone who had beaten Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It is Top, and now Top marching his way down here. He hasn't had a great season 4. He has recently beaten CM Punk with the assistance of Edward P123, who we'll talk about later on in this match, as he is also in it. But Top not really getting the wins that he wants, not really getting the title opportunities that he thinks he deserves. He had definitely lost in a few contenders matches to get back to the world title scene, so maybe this win, getting this briefcase, can guarantee him a shot down the line that he would desperately want to get back in his grasp. He believes that he should be on all the main events, and tonight, opening the show, he feels like he's being undermined a little bit, but the opener, in my opinion, is as important as the main event. And if Top can manage to grab that contract and in that briefcase, the FU briefcase, that actually spells "fuck you" on it this time round, a little bit of a rebranding there, we could see a Top be on the top of the tippy top of the mountain here again in COEW Wrestling. Top also wearing the Art of Suffering's black and red attire. Usually they go for blue. I'm wondering if Edward P123 and Top, how they would coexist in this match, as they are both within this sort of ladder match. It's every man for themselves. I wonder how these two egos will handle each other, as also, while they are built on a team of respect for each other, and Edward P123 coming out now, and seemingly wearing the same colors, so maybe they're on the same page. Both of these people have had a beef with each other in the past. May I remind you, all the way back in COEW Wrestling Season 3 and Season 2, Top did portray the POB with Edward P123 in it, and Boss. He was the first to betray, and then Edward P123 betrayed them, and then made the Art of Suffering. That whole pact was to cause harm and hurt as many people as possible, to be two of the most dangerous people in COEW Wrestling having an alliance with each other. So maybe there is still respect there. Maybe them both going after this briefcase will not change anything, but also egos could play a huge factor between them. Maybe this might cause some fracturing, who knows. But speaking of MP123, he did lose to CM Punk, he did lose to Jay White in the start of this season. Well, not really the start, but the special show that led into the weekly shows coming back. He did lose to CM Punk. He losing his COEW Wrestling Heavyweight Championship after he spent so long fighting for it. And now he is back at like the bottom of the ladder, not really having any championships at all to hand. And he's been trying to fight back. He lost to Jay White in the numbers contendership for the hardcore title. And now he's going after the briefcase, which he has never held, in order to get another heavyweight championship match. You know, having the most reigns as heavyweight champion. Edward is looking to possibly secure that again. But he's got some stiff competition with also this man who has been walking down the ring, also I've been explaining it, Will Ospreay. He did lose to Jim on the last COEW Wrestling episode, but Will Ospreay has put in one hell of a performance each and every single night. He's also got the advantage of probably being the quickest person in this match and being the most high-flying athlete, with the crowd also all being behind him. Will Ospreay, part of the United Empire, throwing up the crowns here. And the crowd on their feet for Will Ospreay. Also, to let everybody know, this show is being live streamed on the 20th, on the anniversary of Bella's passing away, and that's why the show is called Bella Fortuna.
And from North Carolina, weighing in at 218 pounds,
so I will apologize if my commentating might be a bit off a little bit here, but I feel like it's important that we all celebrate the lives of our pets and cherish them while you still have them, because God, you will miss them when they are gone. It's just my important thing to let everybody know. But enough of the sappy stuff. We're here for a celebration. And our next contestant is Kenny Omega. And Kenny Omega has been receiving a little bit of backlash from the COEW Wrestling crowd a little bit here, because Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi did injure Burn, and there has been a vocal select people in the coming weeks after Burn's injury, suffering a concussion and also blood loss, that is keeping Burn out of in-ring action. Kenny Omega not feeling sorry about it. It's just being like, this is the business, kid. Listen, if you want to actually fight in the tippy top of the food chain, you got to be able to handle it and not crumble underneath the weight. And people aren't, you know, exactly thrilled about Kenny being unempathetic to, you know, injuring a fellow superstar. But at the same time, people in the audience here are cheering for Kenny, so maybe that is a vocal minority that is seeing that. But Kenny Omega coming in here, not particularly the fan favorite, but does have multiple wins underneath his belt in order to grab that FU briefcase, and does want to become a heavyweight champion in COEW Wrestling. He has expressed so repeatedly in the past. But now coming out, Drew has a sword. Now, I just said that everybody who has an advantage, like, you know, Will Ospreay's quicker, Kenny wants to do this, and everybody's motivations and stuff, right? Drew has a sword. I think that trumps everything. I think if Drew keeps hold of that sword and takes it down to the ring, he will win the match. And he stabbed the stage. That is like millions of dollars now gone. This costs a lot of money, Drew. Okay, so Drew now doesn't have the sword. If Drew had the sword, my immediate betting odds would be that Drew is the winner, because he has a literal sword. How are you meant to combat against someone who has a sword? Now, Drew McIntyre has appeared in COEW Wrestling, at least season 1 back in the day. He probably has appeared a few times afterwards there, but he has not been a mainstay in COEW Wrestling. He has not won any titles. He has not appeared frequently. He's probably only appeared one other time. He is the outlier in this match, making, I think, his first special show match debut ever, and big Drew McIntyre looking beefy as hell with the Scottish heritage alongside him. He looking beefed up real quick with that muscly hair and everything. But now it's time to switch on the belts. It is a ladder match. We recently had a ladder match at the last special show where it got won pretty quickly, and I wonder if that's going to be the same case here tonight. Top outside with a ladder. Quickly, Kenny Omega looking for a Razor's Edge powerbomb on Shinsuke Nakamura. In this match, a quick statistic: Will Ospreay, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Kenny Omega both have that Japanese strong style teachings as well from New Japan and touring Japan a lot. Top Managing is the only person in this match to face against Dwayne The Rock Johnson and beat him. And oh, wait a minute, the Art of Suffering seemingly going after each other here. With a snap suplex taken on top there. I thought that there would be a little bit more of a team cohesion there. There wouldn't be going one-on-one immediately, but I guess I was wrong. We're going after Will Ospreay, 2 Brits. We have also another statistic here. Quick elbow strike straight to the back of the head. We only have one one American in this match, and that is Top. We have 1 Scottish person. We have 3 British people. No, 1 Scottish person, 2 British people, 1 Canadian, 1 Japanese, and I think I said Canadian, like only 1 American as well. I think I said all the nationalities. But yeah, we have got a very diverse crowd here tonight of wrestlers from all over the world in COEW wrestling, and this match really proves it. Kenny Omega going after Edward P123, sort of dream matches that we can see here as well, like Top versus Will Ospreay potentially being a dream match. A knee strike into the corner there to Kenny Omega, and looking for possibly a lumbar powerbomb dead center into the ring, and then putting him on the ladder immediately after quad kicks onto the outside of Shinsuke Nakamura. But like, you know, Will Ospreay versus Top, Will Ospreay versus Edward P123, Kenny Omega versus Edward P123 and Top, you know, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Will Ospreay. Like, we have so many potential. Drew versus Kenny Omega, like potential dream matches that people don't expect to see, but the COEW wrestling may provide it, and they're all in this match, all in this 8-man ladder match. And so far this match has gone longer than the flyweight one, so you know that's probably a good idea. Like, already looking as a good sign for things to come. Will Ospreay with a quick thing there, but that did not work. Edward raking the nose of Kenny Omega, putting his head down into the mat, and of course, oh Jesus! Curb stomp, stomping Kenny Omega's head into the ladder before Shinsuke quickly drop kicking Edward's head, and then he bounced off the ladder again. Oh, Drew's face just went straight into the ladder on the outside after the backbreaker combination. That is very dangerous because you can break your nose and everything into the ladder rungs. Edward helping out Top on the outside against Drew. They are suffering definitely the cohesion there on the teams. There's definitely different styles here. I would say Shinsuke's probably got the best in the striking abilities. Will Ospreay in quickness. Kenny is just an endurance wrestler. Drew, obviously muscle. And Top and Edward both probably in the technical field, which is surprising. And then Top had thrown Edward into the golden steps there. Will Ospreay going up to the briefcase there, but Shinsuke taking it down with a Kinshasa to Drew McIntyre. Nailing that knee strike that can put away so many people in the past, and Edward going after Top there. You'd think that there is more cohesion in the team of the Art Suffering, but maybe that is just, you know, I miscalculated that. Running rebound across the road, clothesline turning Top inside outie real quick, and then going after Kenny Omega with a running knee strike straight to the jaw of the cleaner. Quickly with a drop kick that did a backflip. Shinsuke quickly trying to throw out Edward P123. Will Ospreay with the the Liger bomb after flipping over onto the outside concrete floor. That is pure concrete. There is no give on the concrete floor. Top notch cutter onto the ladder of Drew McIntyre's face. Okay, this is how a ladder match should be done, by the way, everybody. Stormbreaker onto the concrete by Kenny Omega. Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega having huge beef from the New Japan and AEW crossovers. And Kenny Omega is just out like a light after that lumbar powerbomb in the ring. Drew climbing up the ladder. No one seemingly going after Drew McIntyre. I think Will Ospreay is trying to, but he can't get to him because there's too many people in the way. Shinsuke going after the ladder. Drew trying to unhook that briefcase, but not really doing so that well. Stun Dog Millionaire with Shinsuke landing back first onto the ladder. Drew being powerbombed by Will Ospreay. Drew almost getting that win there, but not really getting it too close. And now trying to go after into the corner. Kenny putting Will in the corner. Looking for a buckle bomb by the looks of it. But then quickly got a counter. Shinsuke Nakamura going after Top by throwing him back first into the ladder in the corner. Kinshasa again into the canvas. Edward going to the outside. Shinsuke dodging the ladder there. There is 4 ladders in the ring, I just realized, and it is like complete. Okay, well there you go. There's a chair to the face from Shinsuke to Drew. I'm surprised nobody's busted open yet or has gotten severely hurt. after all of the offense that were used, especially just driving people's face first into ladder. Drew and Edward are now having ladders, and then Drew just used the ladders to take down Edward. Drew looking to climb up again. He could become the FU briefcase holder if nobody's going to get in the ring and stop him. Drew going and trying to do that, but Edward immediately going after his back of his legs. Kenny Omega with the final blow. Shinsuke taking down Drew, which is probably now going to try to go after the title. Kenny Omega trying to climb up, but is a little bit slow. That could be what cost him there, and it did. Shinsuke Nakamura in his return match wins the FU briefcase in this insane ladder match. Although be it short, it was definitely a lot more brutal than all the past ones. And here is Shinsuke Nakamura with the FU briefcase.